today's podcast. Today's podcast, I just want to talk a little bit about the culture shock that I faced when I relocated from Seychelles to Kenya, and just to give you an insight on how I survived and how it's been going so far. So what did I face? When I moved here, I only knew one person, and that was a friend that I had met since my early years in school through an exchange program. We were both in Scouts. So she came over to Seychelles, we kept in touch. Back then we didn't have the MSN Messenger, we didn't have any of these social media platforms. We kept in touch through postcards and writing letters. Over the years, of course, then we had MSN Messenger, we had High Five, some other Facebook, Instagram, and I don't know what else there was. So, but the point is, we've always kept in touch. So when I relocated here, she was very happy. We met. She's introduced me to some other people. Some other people became my friends as well, started showing me around, taking me places, experienced the nightlife, and all of that. So culture shock, what would that be? Of course, the road, the traffic, the road rage. I don't know why why aren't you patient? You know, the light is still green. Move when it's green, but you want to move when it's red. And if you're moving when it's green, you are going very slow, and the traffic light here is like what, 15 seconds, 2 minutes, as opposed to the red light where I'm sitting for almost 3 minutes. And I still don't understand that. Why the need to you can't be patient, you know? And I respect these things. I would never, no matter how many times you're honking behind me, I will not be threatened by that. So, learn to respect that. Another thing was the mode of transport, boda boda. In Seychelles, I don't have boda boda as a mode of transport. So that was very new to me. I've actually become more okay with it now in 2026 compared to the many years that I have been living in Kenya. First of all, they tell you it's not safe, don't trust the driver, you can lose a limb, blah, 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 and stuff like that. I don't only take a boda because it's the fastest way to get around. I take the boda because I actually love it. I love the experience, I love the thrill behind it. I get a good ride out of it, right? So it was the boda. Then came the mobile money system. We don't have this in Seychelles, where everything you can pay from your phone. So even until now, I'm still struggling with this mobile money thing. There's always something new. Pay bill now is now on Airtel, buy goods is on Airtel. When I moved here, I was advised to get myself a Safaricom line. So I did that. I was conned. Some people called me from, I don't know where they were calling me from, but somehow they had all the information about me. Then I switched to Airtel. So Airtel is pretty quiet. People they don't really annoy you here. But I'm still trying to get used to that mobile money kind of payment method. The nightlife, it's okay. I mean, we Seychelles, we like to party, so I'm okay with that. So when it comes to the drinking as well, I'm okay with that. I don't have an issue with this. It's also in my culture. When it comes from food, okay, we all have our delicacies when it comes to food, but I have never been hesitant not to want to try the delicacies here in Kenya. So I've had the mutura, I've tasted the goat tongue, little piece of the brain. It's not for me, of course, but I have given it a try. I don't know about the raw meats. I haven't gone that far yet, but other than that, the choma, nama choma, the kachumbari, the kales, the greens, or whatever it is, mokimo, has turned out to be one of my favorite dish here in Kenya. So what else? I don't think I have anything more than that. Of course, you have your own way of operating your country. I can't tell you anything about that, how to operate your country, of course. Seychelles has their own. But I have had met a few people on social media, not in person. In fact, in person, nobody has ever insulted me, nobody has disrespected me, nobody has been rude to me. But on social media, you always get some of these people. So I choose to ignore them, and I hope you do too. I don't have the time and the space for such energy on my socials. But I've been well welcomed. I can't complain. I'm still getting used to understanding different people from different tribes. In my country, we don't have tribes. So actually, this is one of the first questions I tend to ask somebody that I'm meeting for the first time. Which tribe are you from? You know, tell me a bit about yourself. What do you do different from the other tribe? Do you understand that tribe's language? So I'm always very curious to know and understand, you know, like what are the differences between such and such a tribe, right? So yeah, slowly, I have met some people of different tribes, and it's been interesting. I like it because my circle is my circle has not been limited to one type of tribe, right? So and plus they give me a little insights, like the Kisis will tell me their thing, the Kambas will tell me their thing, Swahili will tell me their thing. So it's information for me and information I can use, right? Other than that, no, I'm simple. I take a walk around the block. I go eat at some of these Lavington stalls, and I have the breakfast. I have the lunch. Speaking of breakfast, hey, one of the delicacies that I can't stand perhaps is the hot supu. I can't drink that thing. It's not about the smell. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't sit well in my throat. So obviously it's not going to go further. It'll never get to my stomach. That's something I can't have. The soup touched my lips and that was enough for me, okay? But yeah, I think it also depends on who you meet. You know, there are some people you go and you, I don't know, going to a restaurant or something. Some of the desserts that I have had tasted better elsewhere or can make it better elsewhere. You give the feedback. Some of them take it well. Some of them, they don't really take it well. And that's not a very nice thing, is it? Especially if you are in the industry, serving people, okay? Maybe it's something to consider and work on. But other than that, no, I can't really complain. I mean, when it comes to the desserts, I do know. When it comes to dessert, maybe it's just the cake, but anything else, if I'm talking of a simple, I don't know, creme brulee or a tiramisu or something like that, I haven't sat in a local Kenyan restaurant where I've been served that, or it's available and things like that. So it's not really a cultural shock as such, but it's, what I'm saying is the feedback and how it's been taken. You have some very nice people in that industry that takes the feedback really, really well, and then you have some who don't want to be open to learning. Okay, but it's a great culture. It's a very vibrant culture mixed with a lot of people, lots of colors, very lively as well, and it's. I'm getting by, I'm surviving. I took Kiswahili classes to try and blend in and get in, you know, to be able to mingle more, okay? But it's a hard language. I did put in the work, I'm trying. I took a course for 3 months to learn Kiswahili. I had to leave it halfway because I'm spending more times in the mountain than I am in class. But I do hope to put in the work in 2026. I want to understand the Kiswahili and at least, you know, like be able to make a full sentence. So let's hope I get there. And other than that, you guys you've been nice. You've been really, really nice. And if there's another thing that I would say is, help me understand why most of the people that I've met, they all introduce themselves as an introvert. I don't know why. So I have never, in my country, in Seychelles, nobody introduces themselves like that. Hi, I'm an introvert, or I don't like to go out, or I'm this and I'm that. But always, most of the people that I've met here in Kenya, they tell me, they introduce their opening line most of the time is, I am an introvert. But then I see you doing all these things. You go dancing, or you go hiking, or you go... Nothing that you tell me about you being an introvert matches what you do or how you spend most of your time partially. I don't understand. I don't get that. So maybe I think that maybe this is still something I'm trying to understand, because if you're an introvert, then you don't like, I'm not saying, do you don't like people? I don't know if you don't like people, but you like your solitude, you like your own space and everything. Then I wouldn't say I am an introvert, and I see myself jumping up and down in a concert, or I am sitting among 4 people and I'm talking. It kind of defeats the whole terminology of being an introvert, isn't it? So I'm still trying to understand that. In fact, I do ask people, like, help me understand, help me break this down. What does that mean? So that's about it. Nothing major, but I'm keen to understand it more, and I'm keen to want to learn it more. What else? I don't know. Is this part going to be like a cultural shock? I mean, a couple of years ago, before I knew, not to trust certain vendors, there was a time or two I ordered some items. I can't remember. I think it was maybe in town, and to have them delivered, I wasn't aware that let the vendor deliver first and then make payment, right? So I wasn't aware that there were actually some people who were dishonest. I don't want to cap this as a cultural shock, because not everybody's like this. So I think that's just bad behavior from 1 or 2 people. But yeah, I made the payment and the item never came. So I'm not the first person. There are some other people who have moved from their country, or they're here for a certain amount of time in Kenya, and they've gone through this. So lesson learned, right? And now I know better. So, but then eventually, as my friends take me out, you do make those contacts. You start knowing who the best fundi is. You start knowing where the best, sausage is made, or where the best kind of something else is made. So you tend to build a little book of contacts for your own, right? So yeah, so that's how I have been getting by. It's been very interesting. It's still a learning process. I think even for the locals, it's still something that they are still trying to figure each other out, or try to understand why certain people, or maybe even certain tribes, I'm not pointing any fingers, I'm just saying, maybe them too are still trying to understand their own people. So if they can't understand the behavior of some of their own people, of course, you don't expect me to, right? So there you go, there you have it. So far so good, I'm surviving, and yeah, that's it.